All right. So, the new album just dropped today. I kind of had like some complications in the morning. I'm about to go over that, but, um, man, it's gonna be pretty big. I actually got like just from paying $6 on some promotions. Like it was like pre-promotion before it came out. It's like $2 a day for 3 days. I think I got like over 50,000 people to see my shit. Like it was like, damn, just for $6. So I put like $30 in before and not even got 8,000. So only $6 got me over 50,000 was like 52,000, I think. And only like 2,000 were skips, so that's still like 50,000 people that didn't skip my shit. You know what I mean? So that's not bad because I put it on Instagram story. I have another ad running now, and I'm doing just $7 a day for 7 days because that will make up for, because that's $49 and then $6, which will even out to $5 or $55. And then I also have another one I'm gonna post tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna put just $5 a day for like 2 days, I think, and just help boost it because the one I have up now, like the one before where it was just like the pre-post, it was just sending people to my profile, so I was trying to gain like followers and shit. I gained a lot, actually. Good amount of traffic, not a ton of followers, but good amount of like traffic, and then 50,000 people at least heard parts of my songs, so it was more just awareness. Now this one, it's too early to tell how much I've gained yet, but it's more like, here's the link to my playlist. I sent them to my YouTube playlist, so hopefully I'll start getting like views there and subscribers or whatever the fuck. The only thing is I'm afraid people won't listen to every song. I feel like they might hear the intro, the second song, maybe the third. They might get to the fourth and be like, eh. Or they might get and be like, oh, this is pretty dope. But I just really want people to hear, I think, the last song, because that's like the one. But I didn't want to start the album with it, so it kind of sucks it's the last song. The only thing is, I don't know. I'm just kind of worried about that. Like, I don't know. But what I'm gonna do is make another post tomorrow in the morning, so it'll be like, hey, it's gonna show just a preview of that song, because the other ones were like previews of a couple parts to a couple songs. Now that the album's out, I don't have to worry about spoiling it. So I'm just gonna put like basically a whole verse out, and I'm gonna put it, instead of an Instagram story, I'm gonna put it as like an Instagram post, which I'm probably not gonna make as much, but it'll still give me like more people seeing my shit. And instead of sending them over to YouTube, I'm gonna send them over to Spotify, so I'll hopefully start getting streams there. And also I put on it like, it's more like specific, like it's like, hey, this new song, like a lot of people are actually saying that's like their favorite, or they really like that. Most people, and that's my favorite song on there, is Sad and Alone, the last song. So I said the song name, Sad and Alone. I show like the whole second verse of it, and then I also say like it's one of 5 new songs on my shit. So hopefully people will see that and they'll be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll listen to it. And whether they like the other ones or not, maybe they'll be like, well, Sad and Alone started sounding pretty good, so let me listen to that. Or maybe they'll just go to that right away. That's kind of my plan. I want people to really like go to there, but I still want streams on the overall playlist, so I don't want to send them just to that song, because then I'll get some streams on that song, but I want streams like overall, but I want them like mainly on that song, because I feel like that's the best song on there. So if people see that, they'll be like, wow, and it'll be more like gaining fans than like just streams, I guess. You know what I mean? So I think if people hear that, they'll be like, oh shit, because there's a lot more to connect to in that song than the other ones. The first song, is kind of just like for fun, whatever. Second song, like, I don't know, they're all different, but I feel like the last one just is the most, like, it's not generic or just simple. It's like an actual like emotional kind of like thing you can connect with. So I feel like that's the one. So I don't know, that's what I'm gonna try to promote. We're gonna see. I also got a new necklace, as you could see. I thought it was kind of cool. It's like a little microphone. I was just trying to get like a mic one, But I saw like this little dude hanging onto the mic, so I picked that up. Whatever. And then I also got like this little lava bead bracelet or whatever. But yeah, man, I'm really excited about this. So hopefully, like this whole first week, I'll get like a decent amount of views, and then I'm also gonna tomorrow, starting in the morning, till then, the next day, which it'll be over by the time this is up, but so it'll be Friday and Saturday. I'll kind of promote that, and that's the other thing too, is people will actually have time maybe to like see more, because right now it's like Thursday, it's a normal day, even though it's Valentine's Day. Tomorrow, Friday, so there's a lot of people after work, or they'll stay up, and then Saturday as well. So I feel like those would be the two best days to promote. And I'll promote my Spotify playlist, and then I can also say like link your YouTube link in my bio, and then that'll also send people to my bio, and then if they want to see that link, it'll send them to that link. So it'll have more impact overall. But I feel like that's a lot of clicking. Like at first I was gonna set like a landing page up, so it'd be like you can pick if you wanted Deezer, Apple, Tidal, YouTube, everything, Spotify. But at the same time, I didn't want it to be like, which one do I pick? You know what I mean? Like I just want people to be like, boom, I'm on YouTube, because I'm fine with getting views on YouTube, so then I can eventually get verified on YouTube. I can eventually, do everything I need to do. But if I get views on Spotify, it's like I can kind of use that more to just kind of lift myself up overall. I don't know. I feel like either way it'll kind of convert, but I don't want to leave my YouTube out, and I don't want to send people only to Spotify, because then what if they don't have Spotify? Then they're like, oh, fuck. And then they could be like, oh, I'm going to go look it up, but then they might forget, or they might just not do it, or they might just assume I'm only on Spotify, so I want people to know I am on everything, but even some people are gonna like kind of forget that, so right now I'm just gonna kind of promote mostly to YouTube. But since I really like that song, I want to promote that song extra, and I want to promote them to to Spotify. But then I'm also gonna say, if you want the YouTube link, it's still in my bio. So on my Instagram and my Twitter bio, I always put up my newest shit, so that'll be up there for a little bit. But yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for it. I don't know, I was working on it for not too long, actually. The hardest song was probably You're Mine, I think. And I knew it too. I was like going into it, I was like, I'm gonna have 6 songs, and then I was like, nah, I can't really have 7 tracks, so I'll just cut it down to 5 songs and then an intro. And the intro is just kind of like a weird, it's to show like the roller coaster ride, there's like an up and there's a down. And you can picture the album in so many different ways. You could picture it as the first song is one guy, the second song is another guy, the third song is another guy. Or you could picture it as one guy's story of going from this to this to this. Or you could picture it as the first guy is just some random dude. The second 2 songs after that are another guy who's wanting this girl. And then the last 2 songs are the guy who he took the girl from, So there's plenty of different ways to say like what it is. How I pictured it is it's kind of a story, but it's not even the same guy. Like it's not really connected, but that's kind of how I wanted it to be. So it's almost like an idea, but it's not a concept album. So it's not, you don't have to listen to them in order, it's just how I would prefer to listen to it myself. So, you have the intro kind of showing this weird kind of like just beat, and you feel like the heart kind of beat in the background, with like that heavy kick, and just it has this really kind of weird flow, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse as you go through. But then as soon as it's over, it's like a really upbeat, just kind of have fun, whatever song. And then after that, you have the 2 kind of more sort of lovey kind of whatever songs. And there's a lot of like funny stuff I say actually in the whole EP. Even in the song after that, the 5th track, I say some funny stuff there. It's not like serious, it's just kind of messing around. But the last song is like pure, just like emotion. And I still can't sing, so the chorus isn't perfect, but it's like a lot better than I think the last time. And it wasn't like singing, it was kind of in between. and I was gonna try and change it, but at the same time I was like, I don't know what I would really even do better, so I'm just gonna put the best mix I can on it, and that's what I did. So I probably could have made it a little bit better, but I I don't know, like I wanted it to sound authentic, I didn't want to sound like I was trying too hard, because I did make a couple different tries, and I was like, you can tell I'm like trying too hard. Or there's a couple times where it was like, it didn't sound like it went with the song. It sounded like the chorus was dark and emotional, and the verses, and then the chorus was just like this kind of uplifting, oh, I can't live with you but being without you, you know what I mean? So it was like, I wanted it to still be like a kind of a dark emotional type song overall. So with my lack of actual singing experience, rapping and singing are completely different things, it's kind of hard. So I could learn how to sing, but I feel like it's just I don't know, it won't be that hard to learn. So I mean, I could do it, but right now I'm not really focused on that. I'm focusing on a couple other things. Like I want more I got to the point where I can be super lyrical, but I need to really be like get like more substance too, because just kind of rapping about the same stuff over and over, like gold and money and women and cars is kind of just bleh. Where if you're talking about your own situation that other people can connect to, that's how a lot of people get famous. And that's even like Tupac, the biggest rapper, most people say the best rapper in the world ever, and he wasn't a lyrical really rapper that much. Maybe a little bit, but Biggie definitely had more of a technical skill than Tupac, but Tupac had more emotion and more just feeling and more story and more just overall truth. And also outside of the music, it was like the same thing. So he wasn't like a big gangbanger, but he was still living like the thug life, like he said, like he was straight up. So it was pretty interesting how he got so big, and he did it in like 5 years. It's pretty crazy. So that kind of shows me though, like I need more kind of substance than just pure lyricalness. Even though Biggie was more lyrical than Pac, he wasn't super lyrical, and he still had substance. It was just not like the same. It was, it was different. So his was more like I don't know, I wouldn't say like gang affiliated and shit, but just it was different. So same thing with like Kendrick and J. Cole. They're different. They're a lot different, and that's actually what a lot of people compare them to, is Tupac and Biggie. But I don't know. Then we got this whole Dax situation going on. Oh boy, I feel like Dax is either gonna blow up in 2019, or he's gonna lose everything because of everybody he's fucking over. It's hard to say, because a lot of people are like, oh well, he has a good message, but if this is how he is in real life, I'm not gonna follow him. And a lot of people are unfollowing him and just breaking him apart. Screw actually put up a new video. I'll have to check that out and see what he says, but I think it's about like Dax apologizing and stuff, so he knows it's gonna happen. I got my hair cut. Shit. Fuck. And I can't wait to move, man. I fucking can't wait. I'm really, really, really trying to move right now. Just get up and just fucking hit it. But can't do that. Man. Would though. I mean, that's pretty much it though for rap. There's not too much going on. I'm dropping more stuff. I'm still not gonna talk about that idea yet until I start putting those out. And there's plenty of other ideas I have coming out. I do have next month's song already planned. I just have to make the only thing I need is the graphic design. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need. So that's the only thing I need. Then I can put that up, which I'll probably put up in like 2 weeks. I'll have to make sure I get that done, but I also have to finish writing a bunch of these songs. Like I said, like the other week, it was a ton of songs. I still have to finish those, and then recording them, later on, since it's Valentine's Day, I gotta go see my girl, drink some fucking Moscato, and then come back here probably and write. I have so much to fucking write. But that's what I've been doing lately. I've been still writing a lot, but not as many verses as I normally do. Because I've been trying to figure out, okay, what's more stuff I can write about? And I've been thinking, and, I thought of instantly, 3, 4, maybe even 5, EPs worth of shit, Because, like I said, I'm probably not going to put out an album yet. So they're kind of like concept albums, but not really. It's kind of like this one. It's not a concept where it's like a story, but it's a concept where it's it all relates to the same thing. So in a way, it's a concept album, just not pure. So I'm definitely gonna put these out pretty soon. Then I have, oh my god, I bought a bunch more beats. I got a couple new people on a couple new songs. I have a couple of those that are gonna be dropping in a couple months. Man, there's just so much going on. There is so much going on, guys. I fucking love it. So I'm really hoping to, like I said, this year start gaining a good fan base, and then next year start even building it up more, and just from there, I guess blowing up. Just keep going and going and going and going and going. So hopefully I'll be, to the level where I can do a song with, Crypt, and if Dax cools down, I'll do a song with Dax. I'll do a song with Quadeca. Screw too. Screw's actually really fucking dope. I didn't even know he made music until recently, this month. So yeah, definitely would be dope to do a song with every single one of them, And then Token, although Token's getting a little bit bigger now, a lot bigger. So just did a song with Tech9, or just put out the video the other week. So he's kind of blowing up. My dad actually showed me him, which is funny. He showed me him, and he showed me Prof, beginning of this year. Maybe even before that, right before the new year. But yeah, it was kind of funny. He showed me them. I actually really like Prof. I think Prof, if you know who Prof is, I think that's how you say it, but it's just PROF. He has definitely the overall, he knows how to write a fucking song perfectly. He knows the art of when to switch a flow, what to say here, what to say when you switch the flow, what to say on the chorus, how to make it repetitive, how to make people want to sing along. He's not super lyrical, but he's very he has the art down. You know what I mean? So if you went to let's say an art school to draw, he's he knows it, right? Where me, let's say, my dad knows how to draw very well, so I just kind of have it naturally because I've done it since I was little. We might be able to draw just as well, but he'll do it by the book, just a perfect head, perfect eyes, nose and everything. Mine will be perfect, but I'll put a Picasso spin on it, it'll be my own take, but his will be by the book. It's very if if you're an artist, what I mean. He's pretty cool. He's actually on I don't know what the channel's name is. I think it's a record label, but I don't know what it's called. But I know Atmosphere's on there, and Slug from Atmosphere's on there. I'm a big fan of Slug. It's pretty cool to see him on there. There's a couple other people, I don't really know any of them, but I know Atmosphere for sure. They're someone I kind of grew up listening to a little bit, and I really like them. But yeah, he's on there, so that's pretty dope. I can't wait to be a part of this bigger group. Now, if I was them, I wouldn't stop there though, where I feel Slug never kind of wants to be mainstream, almost like Redman in a way, Tech9, same thing. He'll work with people, but he won't get signed or anything. I don't know if I'll get signed, but I definitely want to make my own shit, and I want to be that next thing, rather than just yeah, I made a couple songs, I'm independent. Yeah, it'd be cool to be that big and independent, but if it's not possible, then I might have to get signed, or just make my own record label so good that it'll be rival all these other big ones out there. We'll see. That's a long ways down the line though, so at least probably 3-4 years, if not more. I mean, I was doing research on like Eminem, like in the beginning before. Oh my God, bro! It took him from 1988, and he was probably even making songs before then. But 1988 until what? 1998, I think is when he put out Infinite, or maybe it was in 96. I think it took him like 8 years to put out Infinite. Then after that, it took him, I don't know, I forget when Infinite came out. But then in 99, 11 years later, that's when he put out the Slim Shady LP, and that's like his debut album. That's like what really blew him up. And that to me is crazy, because you hear people talking about like, yeah, it takes me like 5 to 10 years. It's like, damn, really? That's a long ass time. But really, Eminem, who's been killing it for 2 decades, has really been in the game for 3 decades, and he's only been alive for 4 decades. So that's fucking crazy. Like, it actually took him that long too. In a way it's scary, but in another way it's like, well, so many people just blow up out of the blue now. Speaking of out of the blue, fucking hate Blueface, man. I don't hate him, but I just hate the fact that like he blew up that quick. And a lot of people think he's like an industry plant. It's kind of hard to say, but it's just like, really? Like I literally have people come up to me and be like, how are people like that blowing up and people like you are just unknown and anything? I don't know. Maybe it's because they get like a production team behind them, but how do they do that if, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think moving to California, especially LA, especially Hollywood, is gonna really like open my eyes to stuff that I probably don't know and wouldn't know until I got big otherwise. And that's another thing I think is gonna push me, a lot. Like I said, Tupac did all his shit in 5 years, which by then, Eminem still didn't even find his sound. So he did all his shit in 5 years, and that's crazy. So, and then 20 years later, he's still putting out music because that's how many songs he made. So that's kind of what I'd like to do, is just kind of blow up quick. I don't want to say like blow up quick, because it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I'm the new Tupac, but I do want to be like, I don't know how to really explain it. I guess like instead of blowing up quick, because they say like if it takes longer to get something, whatever. I feel like I just want to be able to do this for a living, like at a decent rate, like maybe next year or even before then, like Kevin Flum, like Drake said at the Grammys, okay, like if your hometown knows you have fans, and you're touring and you're making money off this, and this is your living, you already won. Like Kevin Flum, he's touring, he has not that many followers, but he has followers like me, and he's really like, he's doing this, this is all he does, is make music. He doesn't have a job, right now I can't say that. So if you're a painter, you can say you're a painter, so I can say I'm a rapper, but I can't say like I'm a professional rapper, like this is what I do for my living. So I want to be able to get to that point where it's like I'm making at least $40,000 a year just off my music. I don't have another job, and it's like, hey, I've been doing this, So at that point I could say, yeah, I'm a professional rapper, even if I'm not huge yet. And then we'll see how long it takes for me to get big. So from there though, who knows? I'm hoping to be the best one day, but it's a very competitive art form, and I just feel like I'm pretty versatile overall. So we'll see, but I'm signing off. See you later. Hello.